welcome to round 4 of Titans RX, presented by Papyrus Converse. I'm Rachel Downey, and we are here in a very sunny Lydden Hill, the home of British Rallycross. Obviously, today's weather is slightly different to yesterday's, which saw round 3. And if you missed any of the action, here's some of the highlights.
Into the devil's elbow for the first time of Arctic, and Sea-Rock is up the inside. Doesn't allow an opportunity for Hagen to find his way back past. He's on the grass. Hagen sending it down the inside of the devil's elbow. He's up the inside and he's up into fourth position with a bit of contact there. Staged in there, trying to find his way through. Down to go through into third position, but Nelson PK gets into the lead of the race. But RCX contact as well with Dan Rook and the devil's elbow. Contact as well into the back of him, down and towards the gravel.
The line
Oh, he's spun though. Drama before the first corner, so he will have to take the long way round. A bit sideways there from Rook. He's had a spin. Good one. Contact there with Grosses, and then he's tipped sideways there.
This is good one.
Great start there from Tommy Hagen. A good start from Grosses in on the second row. And Stefan fits it into the side of Grosses in. Indeed, the red flag has come out then. And Jerome Grosses is left standing at the start as Tommy Hagen gets a really good getaway. Great start from Tommy Hagen, great start also from Kevin Hansen on the inside. It's the British driver. Surely he's not going to do that. Ollie Webb looking very, very menacing. And it is the first ever double winner in Titans RX Europe. Tommy Hagen takes victory in round 3 here at Lydden Hill. Second place for Timmy Hansen, third for Kevin Hansen over the line.
Titans RX Europe, presented by Papyrus Converse, will hold 12 race days over the course of 6 doubleheader weekends in 6 different countries. A race winner is crowned at the end of each day, and a series winner at the end of the season. There will be 3 qualifying sessions, where the highest points are awarded for the final race position, as well as some extra points for the fastest overall time. This forces drivers to overtake if they want more points, and reduces the influence of track and weather conditions. As in classic rallycross, the top 12 drivers compete in the semi-finals, and the top 6 face off in the final. Qualifying sessions have 5 laps, semi-finals have 6 laps, and finals have 7 laps. The Joker lap now becomes a penalty lap, and screens on track will tell drivers if they need to take a penalty lap instead of a spotter. Combined with the one-designed Pantera RX6 supercar, these rules will push drivers to overtake, creating exciting racing for the fans on track and our live viewers on Eurosport. To learn more, check out our website at titansrx.eu.
So as you can see on your screen at the moment, in semi-final 1 we'll have Timmy Hansen, Tommy Hagen and Dan Rook, Ollie Webb, Tamara Molinaro and Perry McCarthy. And then in semi-final 2 straight after, it's Kevin Hansen, the younger of the Hansen brothers. Alongside him will be Andrew Jordan. Row 2 will be Nelson PK, Ronnie Sea-Rock. And then the third row will be Shushu and Andreas Stefan. A very star-studded lineup and very unpredictable indeed. So let's see what will happen. So let's get ready to get this one underway very, very shortly. So semi-final 1 here at Lydden Hill. Well, here are the drivers then, and here is how they line up on the grid. Timmy Hansen on the inside, he's on pole position. Alongside him, Tommy Hagen, winner from round 3 yesterday. Dan Rook and Oliver Webb on row 2, and Tamara Molinaro, Perry McCarthy, his first ever final in Rallycross. He lines up on the back of the grid. Ready for the ready to race board. The Revs rise here at Lydden Hill. Semi-final 1 for round 4 of Titans RX Europe at Lydden Hill is underway. Great launch from Hagen and great launch from Dan Rook as well. Is that going to compromise Timmy Hansen down to the first corner? No, it's not. He's got the inside line, he's got the whole shot, and he's got the race lead. Brilliant stuff there from Timmy Hansen. Ollie Webb goes for the outside line on Dan Rook for third position there as well. Can he make something stick through there? No, he can't, and he's going to allow Tamara Molinaro to fall into the clutches of him there as well, as they come in towards the left-hander of the Devil's Elbow for the first time. But Harry, an absolutely textbook start there for Timmy Hansen. Exactly what he and Tommy Hagen needed to do.
that side because you need to win the start, and it's half the job is done. But let's see, there could be some swapping places.
Well, down in towards the bottom bend we go. Paddock Bend, as it's known here at Lydden Hill, and you can see Timmy Hansen defending his position there. You can see Tamara Molinaro having to defend from Oliver Webb. She's gotten ahead now, but Webb is looking very menacing indeed behind the wheel of his number 4 machine, in towards the right-hander of Chesson Drift, this is called, as they go at the moment. And you can see Heikkinen beginning to pile the pressure onto Timmy Hansen. Of course, this doesn't only count for getting yourself into the final, it does count for where they will start in that final, crucially.
Yeah, Topi hasn't had a very good run today, not the best of them. So if he could manage to get past Timmy Hansen, that would be fantastic. Let's see how we go. Outside, bit risky, didn't pay off yet. Maybe next corner.
No, absolutely not. Topi Heikkinen signalling his intentions otherwise early doors here as they come down in towards that padded end for the second time of asking. Over the timing line we go as we pass the flip-flop chicane to start the third lap out of 6 here at TitansRX at Lydden Hill for semi-final 1. And Timmy Hansen doing a textbook job of defending exactly what we saw against brother Kevin in the qualifiers earlier on.
Yes, it seems that Topi has got his car setting more suitable for the driver, because now the gap between him and Timmy Hansen is very small compared to this morning.
Yeah, certainly so. Well, of course, the drivers competing in the wet yesterday, a completely different car setup they have, as a lock-up on the right rear there for Timmy Hansen. Doesn't slow him down at all, doesn't manage to allow an opportunity for Heikkinen to get past. Look at Ollie Webb, though. He is trying to still get past Tamara Molinaro. He needs to get himself inside the top 3 at the moment. He is in 5th position, so he's not going to be able to do such a thing as things stand. But anything can happen in Rallycross, and we know how unpredictable it can be. So let's wait and see as things pan out. But Timmy Hansen still holding on to that race lead, and the top 2 of Hansen and Heikkinen breaking away from Dan Rook at the moment. Dan Rook, as things stand, will be the last driver to make it into the final from semi-final 1. You need to be in the top 3. Here comes Ollie Webb down the inside of Tamara Molinaro at the devil's elbow. What a brilliant move there from Ollie Webb. He gets the move done. He holds off the line. He holds off the switchback from Molinaro, and now he is up into 4th position.
Yeah, Tamara left the door open and she paid for it immediately, yes.
Certainly did. Well, through the Hairy Hill we go, and down Hairy Hill and in towards Paddock Bend. And Ollie Webb, well, he needs to have a bit of a minor miracle to try and catch up to Dan Rook. Meanwhile, Heikkinen versus Hansen is still not over, as we're on the penultimate lap here at Lydden Hill. Through the the right-hander we go, rather, on towards the left-hander of the Devil's Elbow, which will follow very shortly. And these 2 drivers keeping their nose pretty clean as things stand, which is quite useful, because if they started squabbling, it might allow Dan Rook to close up.
Yeah, that's happened. They seem to be in a class of their own, and Topi is desperate.
Oh, here comes Heikkinen down the inside. Is he going to make that stick? He is! Absolutely.
Unbelievable. Fantastic overtaking.
What a move there from Topi Heikkinen down the inside for the race lead on the penultimate lap at the North Bend after Hairy Hill. And now it's Heikkinen versus Hansen for the victory as they come over the line to start their final lap of semi-final 1 here at TitansRX. Into the right-hander we go of Chesson Drift. Heikkinen has to defend. Now Hansen has to attack. Can he do anything, though, as they come off of the gravel?
Exactly, that is fantastic overtaking. I didn't think that was possible. Yes, it was. Well, after all, Topi Heikkinen comes from Kareli, eastern part of Finland. That's what they are made of.
That is brilliant defensive driving there from Topi Heikkinen. He didn't allow Hansen to have the switchback, but Hansen goes for an outside lunge at the North Bend. Is he going to do something? Oh, there's contact between them as they're both on the handbrake. They're both still on the track. They're both still facing the right way. And Heikkinen is still in the race lead here as well. Down into Paddock Bend we go for the last time of asking. There's nothing Timmy Hansen can do to stop the charge of Topi Heikkinen. Heikkinen takes victory in semi-final 1 here at Lydden Hill. Hansen finishes 2nd, and Dan Rook makes it to the final here at Lydden Hill. He finishes in 3rd position. What an absolutely... In fact, no, I apologise. Something's happened to Dan Rook there on the last lap by the looks of things, because Molinaro has been classified in 3rd. So Tamara Molinaro makes it through to the final. Dan Rook has, I think, stopped on track or something like that, because he's gone tumbling down our timing order there, as you can see. So the upshot is it's now Heikkinen, Hansen and Tamara Molinaro who make it through to the grand final here at Lydden Hill. What has gone wrong for Dan Rook? We can see him touring on the slowdown here, but it looks like he's had a technical issue. Let's have a look at the results, though, for semi-final 1. As you can see, Topi Heikkinen takes victory from Timmy Hansen and then Tamara Molinaro. Those 3 drivers make it through to the final here at Lydden Hill. Perry McCarthy finishes in 4th, Oliver Webb in 5th position, and then Dan Rook in 6th. Sadly, a DNF for the British driver. Disappointment there for Dan Rook. Disappointment for Ollie Webb and Perry McCarthy there as well. Sadly, the British drivers not making it through to the final here at Lydden Hill.
I'm gutted. I was keeping up with the guys in front of me as fast as I've been all weekend, and the car went into limp mode. Oil temperature got too hot, and that was it. That was my race over.
Well, look, gutting to hear that, really was, but great weekend. Thanks so much for being part of us here at Titans. Well, back to you now, Tom.
Disappointment for Dan Rook. Very sorry to hear his day ending so prematurely here after having really good pace. No fault of his own, sadly not making the final. It's over to semi-final 2 then here at Lydden Hill, and here is how the grid will line up then, as you can see the cars all lined up. So it's Kevin Hansen who starts on pole position. Alongside him, the number 77, Andrew Jordan. Row 2, Nelson Piquet Jr. and Ronnie Searock, the German stunt driver. Row 3, the Hungarian driver Shushu, who's been in the walls today, and alongside him, Andreas Stefan. Semi-final 2 here at Lydden Hill as the revs begin to rise is about to get underway. Are we ready? Yes, we are. Wait for lights out and blast off. Good start there from Nelson Piquet. What an absolutely brilliant launch, but no room to use it as Kevin Hansen has the inside line. But here comes Piquet down the inside of Andy Jordan. Oh, dearie me, Ronnie Searock hits the back of Nelson Piquet and spins round at the first corner. Huge drama for the German, but Piquet versus Jordan side by side. Here comes Jordan down the inside at the devil's elbow. He's into second place. They run side by side still up the hairy hill and in towards the hairpin we go. Jordan with the inside line, Piquet on the outside, leaning on one another. Jordan has track position, Piquet has no room to be able to use it, and it's still Kevin Hansen that leads the way, now from Andy Jordan and then Nelson Piquet.
Good start, excellent start, exciting and really unpredictable. That's how it should be.
Exactly what we love in terms of rallycross, but now Nelson Piquet will have the bit between his teeth because Jordan there was being very aggressive. Will he be able to try and do something before the end of the 6 laps? At the moment, it's Hansen, Jordan and Piquet Jr. who are the drivers that are going to be making their way through into the final here this afternoon at Lydden Hill. You can see the door open there on Piquet's Pantera RX6 supercar. Ronnie Searock there in 4th position, Andreas Stefan and then Shushu in the mix there as well. In fact, I think it was Shushu who got involved in that drama at the first corner as opposed to Ronnie Searock. Let's have a look and see what happens. Yeah, Shushu's quite a way down the order, so it is indeed Shushu, the Hungarian driver, who got involved in that strife at turn number 1. Apologies to Ronnie Searock there, going down through. Over the line we go to start the 3rd lap out of 6 here at Lydden Hill. You can see Andrew Jordan there, you can see Nelson Piquet who's closing up on the back of him. Nice tight lines from both of them through Chesham's Drift, down in towards the left-hander of the Devil's Elbow we go. And will Piquet be able to do anything? This is where he crashed in the semi-finals yesterday in the torrentially wet conditions. No such dramas for the Brazilian driver here today. Revenge is on his mind, and getting into that final with a better spot on the grid is what he wants to do. And if he finishes in 2nd, he'll be starting higher up than if he finishes in 3rd, so it does matter where he finishes out on track, of course, here for Nelson Piquet. You can see him piling the pressure all on the back of Andy Jordan here. Jordan defending with every ounce of talent that he has, but you can sense that Piquet is going to try something here, Harry.
Well, all day long they have had this battle between Jordan and Piquet, and so far Piquet has not been able to pass Jordan in the earlier heat, so let's see what happens now.
Oh, Piquet's got a problem. Piquet's got a technical issue here. You can see smoke pouring from the rear of his Pantera RX6 supercar. It looks like Nelson Piquet has a technical issue, and he does. He pulls off to the side of the track, and that is
maybe a flat tire, maybe.
Yeah, it is. He's got a puncture on the left rear. You can see that quite clearly. Absolute disaster for Nelson Piquet. Suspension. It's not a puncture. It's the left rear suspension is completely kaput there for Nelson Piquet. That allows Ronnie Searock then to go into the final as things stand. So Christmas come early for the German driver as Kevin Hansen is leading the way commandingly, a 2.8 second advantage he has over Andrew Jordan there in 2nd place. The good news here for Andy Jordan is, Harry, of course, it lets the pressure off him a little bit here.
That's right, but Andy has done an excellent race all day today, so he deserves to be high in the leaderboard.
Well, there we go. Disappointment there for Nelson Piquet Jr. And of course, that does mean that he won't be going through to the final. It's a bit of an interesting one, then, isn't it? Because, of course, Dan Rook was running in 3rd position when he had his technical gremlins in semi-final 1. And, of course, Nelson Piquet was in exactly the same position when he had his dramas in semi-final 2 here.
It hasn't been really the day of Nelson Piquet, the least one would say.
Yeah, luck has not been on his side at all. I think that's the understatement of the century there for Nelson Piquet. The good thing is it's only 3 weeks until Montalegre, rounds 5 and 6 of the Titans RX series, so plenty of time for him to recalibrate and refocus and try and get himself a strong result next time out in Portugal. Meanwhile, Kevin Hansen is leading the way very comfortably indeed. Going through the hairpin we are now. and out down Hairy Hill as we go towards that paddock bend for the final time of asking. It has been an absolutely superlative drive from Kevin Hansen. He's taking it nice and easy. That's all he needs to do. He goes through the final corner now. Over the line, Kevin Hansen takes victory in semi-final 2. Andrew Jordan will come across the line in second position, and the German Ronnie Searog finishes in third place here at Lydden Hill. He makes his way through to the final. Andreas Stefan Shushu, who was involved in that strife at the first corner, do not make it through, and of course Nelson Piquet having to retire because of that broken left rear suspension on his Pantera RX6 supercar. Sadly has a DNF. His day will go no further here this afternoon than semi-final 2. Meanwhile, let's cross down to Rachel, who is with Timmy Hansen.
Yeah, with Timmy. I've also got Perry here as well. Timmy, talk us through. Are you feeling frustrated? How are you feeling right now?
Yeah, of course. I started on pole, so of course I want to win. I wanted to win this semi, but Toppy was fast. He kept me under pressure the whole time. I had to keep going defensive, and then I could never pull a gap because of that, because I had to go defensive lines all the time. So finally he got past me.
Yeah.
Then I tried to get past him on the last lap. Didn't work. So now I'm in third position probably for the final, and it's going to be me who do the chasing.
Oh, I like that. Thanks so much. Good luck. Back to you, Tom.
Thank you very much there, Race. Nice to hear from Timmy Hansen. He's going to be going out all guns blazing into the final here this afternoon at Lydden Hill. So Kevin Hansen, Andrew Jordan and Ronnie Searog make it through to the final here at Lydden Hill. Andreas Stefan, Shushu and Nelson Piquet Jr. sadly missing out after what was a very exciting semi-final 2 here at Lydden Hill in Kent for round 4 of Titans RX Europe. So you can see the marshals here on the grid at Lydden Hill. They're all ready and lined up for the start as the cars get ready to depart from the pre-grid and head out onto the grid proper for the final of round 4 of Titans RX Europe. I can hear Tamara Molinaro's car just being fired up and heading down towards turn number 1. Of course, Susan Hansen, who we just spoke to a few moments time, she works as a spotter. Both he and her husband Kenneth work as spotters in the International Championship. And of course here we've got a little bit more of a, I won't say a little more of a hands-off role, but it's certainly not a hands-off role with the Hansen Motorsport outfit. Those two both very much mucking in and getting themselves hugely involved in their sons' careers, and of course the Hansen Motorsport outfit in general. So you can see Kevin Hansen, who was lined up there on the grid. Now, what about this man here, Topi Heikkinen, winner of round 3 yesterday? Do you think he can convert that into a win for round 4?
Well, he went really remarkably better on the last heat, because this morning he was lacking something. He told me that his car was understeering, and of course we'll all know what understeering means. It means that your car goes nose first, doesn't want to turn, and if that is not your driving style, some drivers like Walter Röder used to drive like that, but Topi wants an oversteering car, and now obviously on the last round his car was oversteering, less understeering, and you saw the difference in speed. So it's all open, all possible, but of course to beat Hansen brothers, easier said than done.
What about Ronnie Searog as well? We weren't expecting him to be making it into the final. He fortunately took advantage of Dan Rook's misfortune and is here in the final. Do you think he can take the fight to the guys on the front 2 rows of the grid?
Well, it's not impossible, but it's an uphill struggle for him, to be honest. And same for Tamara. Tamara, I'm really happy to see her here in the lineup. But of course, it's going to be tough.
Here are the drivers on the grid then. Kevin Hansen and Topi Heikkinen on the front row. Timmy Hansen and Andrew Jordan are on row 2. And row 3 is Ronnie Searog and Tamara Molinaro. That is the lineup for the final here at Titans RX Europe at Lydden Hill. So then, tension begins to rise. An earthly silence falls on the Lydden Hill circuit before the revs will begin to rise, and we will get ready to get the final underway here. Round 4 of Titans RX Europe, the final at Lydden Hill is underway. Really good start there from Kevin Hansen from pole position. Timmy tries to follow him through, and look at Topi Heikkinen losing out massively as he gets shoveled towards the outside line through Chesson Strip. Andrew Jordan's going to come through up the inside as well of Heikkinen, and big airborne moment there for Ronnie Searog in 4th place as they go through Chesson Strip in towards the left hander of the Devil's Elbow for the first time we go. Timmy Hansen is just behind brother Kevin, and now look as well at Heikkinen leaning on Andy Jordan. He finds his way through up the inside. Brilliant bit of driving there for these guys as they come in towards the right-hander at the top of Hairy Hill. Brilliant racing, absolutely fantastic start, and textbook there from Kevin Hansen as well as he leads the way. But here is Andy Jordan defending his Toppy Heikkinen just in front, cuts across the nose of the British driver on home soil. He's not able to find a way past his Andy Jordan as things stand, but that was hugely exciting there and very impressive from both Hansen brothers.
Exactly, their start was for a really copybook performance, and Timmy got past Toppy as well. Well, let's see what happens now.
Andy Jordan there, meanwhile, he's in the middle of a bit of a sandwich at the moment. He's having that unfortunate position of having to attack and defend at the same time. He wants to attack against Toppy Heikkinen, but he's got to try and defend because he's got a mirror full of Ronnie Searock at the moment. Down in towards that hairpin we go for the next time of asking. Ronnie Searock is getting very late on the brakes and trying to find his way through against the British driver as they come down in towards Paddock Bend for the second time out of 7 of asking here at Lydden Hill. Through the right-hander we go and then in towards that last chicane and over the timing line, but Kevin Hansen still leads the way from Timmy Hansen. Toppy Heikkinen, though, that final spot on the podium, it's still very much up for grabs here. So coming down in towards the left-hander of the Devil's Elbow we go. And what is going through Andrew Jordan's mind here, do you think, at the moment? He's got to try and find his way through. He wants a podium on home soil.
Of course, it is exactly. So he knows that he's better than what the results have been so far. So of course he wants to find any hole to get past.
Gaffer tape flailing on Kevin Hansen's car there, rather, as he goes through the right-hander. These guys have been a little bit in the wars in the qualifying sessions today. You'll have to catch up a little bit on that if you haven't seen them so far, because they are absolutely tantalising. As we go through that chicane, then over the line we go to start the 4th lap out of 7 now. Here at Lydden Hill, through the right-hander we are, and Toppy Heikkinen doing a really good job of just bridging out that gap to Andrew Jordan in 3rd position. And I tell you what, he's actually closing on Timmy Hansen here in 2nd position.
Yes and no. Well, Hansen brothers they have a commanding way to handle things at the moment, so it's they're unthreatened really for the time being.
No way through there at the moment for Toppy Heikkinen as he just still tries to close that gap. There's Tamara Molinaro in 6th position. No such luck for her to join this battle as things stand at the moment. Here though is Kevin Hansen, the young Swede. Brilliant job. It's a Hansen 1-2 as things stand, but reversed from the result we had of round 2 at Essay last time out in France. Very impressive stuff from the Hansen brothers nonetheless. We saw them going door handle to door handle last time out on the circuit. Very interesting to see whether those two are able to battle in these last couple of laps, but that gap is quite significant, so I don't think it's going to be something that they will be doing at the moment. Not something that Kevin Hansen wants to get involved in. He just wants to drive a nice clean race and take a lights to flag victory if he's able to do so.
Yeah, I'm sure the Hansen brothers, there's a bit of a gap between them, and in any case I can't see them doing anything brutal and aggressive between themselves.
Well, Toppy Heikkinen there, that gap has just begun to decrease a little bit more. It's down to a couple of car lengths, as you can see the bonnet flapping away on Kevin Hansen's car. No such luck for Heikkinen to close up onto the back of Hansen a little bit more. Where Hansen is strong is where Heikkinen is weak, and where Heikkinen is strong, that is where Hansen is weak, so it kind of balances out amongst one another. But Heikkinen, unless he's very late on the brakes and tries a lunge into the north bend at the top of Hairy Hill as Kevin Hansen just goes up it now, then I don't think he's going to be able to try and find a way through there.
No, that is practically the only place. But you can see that Toppy Heikkinen is closing up on a Hansen brother, so a couple of remaining laps.
Look at this, he's closer than he's been before.
Now. Yes, exactly. The only one thing in his mind is, how can I get past now?
Exactly, how can I get past? We're going on to the final lap, so he's going to have to think about that very quickly indeed as we go through the gravel after Paddock Bend and on to the final lap. Through into Chessons Drift we go as we ride on board with Toppy Heikkinen. Is the finish driver going to think about a lunge? He is! He's down the inside of Timmy Hansen at Chessons Drift on the final lap. Hansen's out wide, he could be set to lose out to Andy Jordan if he's not careful here. But Heikkinen, a very aggressive move there at Chessons Drift. He finds his way through into 2nd position as they go through the left-hander. No such trouble for Kevin Hansen as he comes to the top of Hairy Hill, but that battle for 2nd place, is it over? Has Heikkinen got that position? Is anybody else going to be able to do anything? Will they be able to try and find a way past? Oh, look at that contact between Hansen and Heikkinen down the hill into the right-hander of Paddock Hill. There we go. Up the inside is Hansen. Here comes Andy Jordan as well. Kevin Hansen takes victory, but who gets 2nd place? Who is going to get 2nd over the line? It's so close between them. Absolutely unbelievable here at TitansRX, and it's Timmy Hansen who takes 2nd, and Heikkinen loses out to Andy Jordan on the line. Huge drama here in the final. Andrew Jordan made it into the podium. He gets a podium on home soil at Lydden Hill. Absolutely fantastic. What a final lap, and what a final series of corners.
Exactly. Couldn't hope for a better finish. Really exciting, and these incredible changes I did not believe.
Kevin Hansen takes his first event victory of Titans RX Europe. He stopped the car on the circuit just before the Devil's Elbow. He's going to go out and he's going to celebrate with the fans here at Lydden Hill. He stands on the roof. Kevin Hansen is on top of the world. And there he is, and you can hear him as well, celebrating with the Titans RX crew, celebrating with his team.
Let's welcome up on stage our first position, our winner is Kevin Hansen. Absolutely incredible.
So then let's take a look at the final confirmation of the results from round 4 of Titans RX Europe. Kevin Hansen takes his first event win in Titans RX here at Lydden Hill. Timmy Hansen in second and Andrew Jordan in third position. And here are the series standings then. So Kevin Hansen is now the series leader of Titans RX Europe in 2019. He is 1 point ahead of Toppy Heikkinen. Timmy Hansen on 81 points there in third position as well.